Let's talk about the best diets for 2023. Hello. Sophie here. So I wanted to go over the best diets. Now, this is not my opinion. This is US News, comes out with a report every year with a panel of experts, doctors, nutritionists, etc., to determine what the best and worst diets are. It's like on a scale for 2023. So that's what I'm going to cover in this video super duper quickly. All right, so the first thing that we have to think about is, well, when I looked at this report is, well, best and worst diets for what? Okay, so the two that really concern me and probably you as a subscriber to my channel that are relevant to you are the best overall diet. That was one category. And then there was the best diet for weight loss. Okay. Now, I am going to assume that most of you, not all of you, probably want both of those things. So many in my community are men and women, but I would say mostly women, who might be over a certain age, over the age of 40, maybe 45, 50. And this really speaks to you if you are a woman and you're over 45. So and maybe you're menopause and over. You really need to hear this video. So if you are a woman and you're over 45 or 50, you might be struggling with a little bit of weight gain, which is very normal, right? That tends to be what happens when you go into peri-menopause. And as soon as you hit the menopause button, average age of 51, that's very much when physiologically you will start gaining, unless you do certain things, it will gain around that midsection. So I want to just put this best diets into context for you, if that's you. So what this US report said was the best overall diet is a Mediterranean diet. And this is nothing new. This is not rocket science. This is pretty much the same thing that's rolled out year after year. So my answer to that is, okay, great. A Mediterranean diet, which is really characterized by eating more fruits and veggies, great, olive oil, some lean meats and fish and things like that. That's generally what a Mediterranean diet is. Absolutely, I am with it that it is way, way healthier than a standard American diet or a diet that is full of processed food and junk food and everything else. 100% better, with ostensibly quite a few health benefits. So no problem at all with that. However, if your outcome, the outcome that you want, is to either lose weight or maintain the weight, if either lose weight, like you're not happy at the weight that you are now and body shape, particularly around your midsection that you are now, or you are sort of almost within 5 or so pounds of where you want to be, but you're in menopause or post-menopause, and you're worried because women do typically gain, start gaining as you get older, and you're worried, you don't want to start gaining. You see maybe women around who are further, older than you, and you're like, oh, I really hope I don't want that. I want to really stay in shape. If that's you, then the Mediterranean diet is not going to be the best diet for you. So when a Mediterranean diet was put head to head with a low-fat vegan diet, and I will put a link to this study in the notes, in the description below this video, because I want you to see it, because it is a beautiful and very powerful and quite recent study. They go over all the different markers in that study of basically weight loss. Now, those who are on who switched from a regular, standard American diet to Mediterranean, the weight loss results were very, very disappointing. And I think it's a 16-week study. Super, super disappointing. Now, does that mean that that person might have got a little bit healthier? 100%. 100%. And that's fantastic. As I say, is it way better than eating junk food and drive-thrus and processed food and all the... Yes, yes. Is it better than a junk food vegan diet? Yes. Because that's why I don't ever say vegan diets, because they can be really, really unhealthy. I mean, some of these new vegan foods and fake meats are so high in saturated fat and sodium. And there's a lot of vegan junk food. So is a Mediterranean diet better than that? Yes, probably yes. And I say probably because then I always look at studies. I always have to have a lot of evidence-based research before I can definitively say something. But yes. However, my point here is that if it is weight loss, belly fat loss that you are after, if that's your outcome and your goal, then a Mediterranean diet is absolutely, well, it's extremely unlikely to get you the result that you want. I'm just being honest. And so a low fat, I would actually, I like to call it a healthy fat, whole food, plant-based way of eating is absolutely going to be your best bet. I'm going to say that again. A healthy fat, because you do need fats, a healthy fat that is low in some of the more, calorically dense foods, that is whole food, plant-based, is going to give you outstanding results if you do it right. And this is what most of my clients do. So I'm a coach. For those of you who don't know me, I'm a weight management specialist. I'm a board certified nutritionist, and I'm also a mindset coach. And so I put those three disciplines together to help hundreds of women to get into the best shape of their life and stay there long term. And so this is, I have a lot of anecdotal evidence, years to show that this really is true and matches up with these very elegant studies that have been done. So if you are struggling and you want to know more about my approach, then click on the link below the video, because I have a free masterclass that you can watch, and it goes into things in a little bit more detail apropos of hormones and things like that too. Or you can apply for a free breakthrough session where we can actually, help you to get there, put a strategy together for you. Now, let's talk about the best weight loss diet apropos of this US report. So the best weight loss was Weight Watchers. And I was like, seriously? Seriously? Is this the best we can do as a panel of experts and nutritionists and doctors to say Weight Watchers? And it was so disappointing to see that. And that's why I so wanted to do this video. And the reason why is that I speak to women all the time. I do hundreds of sessions with women and breakthrough sessions with women. I've been speaking to women for the last decade. Many of whom, I'm almost going to say 80% of whom have tried Weight Watchers multiple times. So they may be in their 50s and they're like, oh yeah, I tried it when I was in my 20s and my 30s and my 40s, or I tried it last year or the year before. Did it work for them long term? No, because they're sitting talking to me going, Sophie, help. I can't stick to anything long term and nothing really seems to be working for me. So that's just what I wanted to put out there. I just wanted to say that it's just they put out these big reports and everything, and then women are like, okay, well, I guess they say it's the best for weight loss. I guess I'll go back and try that again. But it's just not a solution. It's not a solution for long term. If you want to get to your ideal weight, because it's not about weight loss. It's about getting into your ideal and healthy, optimal weight. That's really what we're talking about. That's why with the clients that I work with, it's disease prevention comes first. And then you're going to unlock your energy, and then you're going to feel better, and then your skin's going to look better, and then your body's going to naturally release that weight. Now, finally, the last piece I just wanted to put in here is much ado has been made in recent weeks about the weight loss drugs, the diabetic drugs and the obesity drugs. And just very quickly touching on that, the problem, as far as I'm concerned, as a nutritionist with that, is that if you are taking something to take your appetite away, is that the healthiest thing for you? It really worries me to take your appetite away so you can't feed and nourish your body with the nutrients that you need for beautiful skin, hair, nails, and health and immunity. That it's a real concern. And the other little piece there with those drugs, and I know there was a segment that was now found to be a paid for segment on 60 Minutes, which was all about that, kind of making it look good, but sort of sponsored segment, is that it doesn't deal with the problem of why you got to be overweight in the first place. It doesn't deal with the inner problem, the mindset, habits of a lifetime, blocks and patterns. A drug doesn't deal with that piece. So you inject yourself or take the drugs, and then you've got to keep on doing it, right? I guess, and just have no appetite. And then when you stop doing it, which eventually I would guess you probably would hope to, then your appetite's going to come back, as with all of the stuff that you've never dealt with. So, and I know some women go, well, maybe it's a kickstart, but it's not a healthy kickstart. And what's the point of kickstarting something that takes you even further back, pings you back to feeling even more frustrated and depressed and upset because you've wasted all that time? So just had to get that little that bee in my bonnet out there. Anyway, so best and worst diets, or best for weight loss and best overall. That's my piece on it for this video. Let me know what you make of that in the comments below. And again, if you want to watch my new free masterclass, click on the link below this video. I'll see you next time.